Imagine this. A stray shopping cart dents your car. You take it to the auto body shop, only...
You in timeout.
Doing that to me. This ain't right. Take that.
Lost him. Gotta move faster next time.
Available units got another assault in progress. Officers near Devil's Shelf, please report to the scene.
Only cowards assault a helpless person like that.
Two Spider-Man.
Try hitting me. Spoiler, I hit back. Live by the beatdown, die by the beatdown.
Thank you. You were gonna kill me.
Any available units? Officer vehicle is under fire. Requesting officers on scene in Bloomingdale.
Is it still a prison? I'm touched by your devotion to your friends. I'll see to it you end up in the same cell block. We're gonna need a bigger transport van. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Why doesn't it ever feel like it?
All units, we have reports of live gunfire from prisoners and vehicles. Backup needed in Bloomingdale.
This looks like a job for a spider traffic cop. Hey, your tags are expired.
Get him! Get the phone!
Gotta shut this down before someone gets hurt. It's raining men! You guys look so cozy in there. I hate to pull you out.
Need some help!
Maybe they should start offering driver's ed in prison.
Eat this! Got one of us! No one!
I'd tell you to make better choices next time, but let's be real.
Friends, today we have a caller who's been a victim of what people call the corruption that infects otherwise law.
One of these days I'll work out a fabric that warps sound and light waves. A stealth suit would really come in handy. Drug trade's gotten more aggressive post-Fisk. Gotta stomp that out.
I wasn't gonna buy nothing.
Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
Okay, beginning to think we're outmatched here.
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
Sable teams, this is Control. What's the situation in Robinson?
Control, engaged in active pursuit of a fugitive vehicle.
The Spidey Squad. My one and only fan club. When Jameson's going off on me, it helps to remember they're out there. Is it horrible if just for a second I thought about letting Sable and the convicts shoot it out? Okay, it's kind of horrible. Guess I better stop.
Spider-Man! Get him! Jeez! Hey, step on it, Bomber! Don't let him get away! Attack! Attack! Look it up!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't order any more Sable agents. chalk up one for the good guys.
Officers are under fire from snipers. Officers near Vanderbilt, be advised.
Still not sure if opening this would set the Sandman free, but I'm in no hurry to find out.
.1080, chase in progress. Nearest unit, respond. Officers needed in the vicinity of Vanderbilt.
I gotta stop that car.
Just pull over, you nut job!
You're a piece of shit! Back off or we'll blow you away!
Well, at least you're not texting. More of them? Guys, if you worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals. Auto insurers offer webbing package? $1 million idea just waiting to happen. I think you guys have it bad. All that body armor's bruising my knuckles.
All units, armed hostiles are assaulting a police van. Location is Firehouse on the west side.
Surprise!
Come on! Let's get out of here.
Don't you guys watch horror movies? It's kind of sweet how they tried to save their friends. I mean, not so sweet I won't punch them, but...
Attention units, civilians are trapped inside their vehicles following a crash.
Gotta move quick and quiet. Someone needs a nap.
Someone there.
You're done.
I'm getting worked up over nothing. Hey. What was that?
Pretty good. But in this line of work, pretty good isn't enough. If they see me, the hostage is dead.
Hey.
You're just not very observant.
Somebody over.
Gotta move quick and quiet. Good night, Goon.
Someone.
was that noise? False alarm.
Aw, they're so cute when they're sleeping. Nighty night. Bam! How you like me now?
Now, some people falsely say I make up stories about Spider-Man. And this will not help my case because it sounds outlandish, but I have personally seen listener-recorded video of Spider-Man snatching pigeons. Pigeon napping. Why? What possible purpose could there be for such aberrant behavior? I've thought about it long and hard, and I think I figured it out. He's eating them. We've always assumed Spider-Man is a man with the attributes of a spider. But what if it's the reverse? What if somehow a spider gained the powers of a man and he's stalking his prey? Somewhere there's a giant web with these poor pigeons stuck in it, waiting to be devoured. And will it stop at pigeons? Will we be next? I promise you this, I will not rest until I have the answers.
Sugar Hill Garrison, this is Control. What's your status?
Control, engaged in active pursuit of a fugitive vehicle.
All units, officers are pinned down by snipers. Officers needed in God's Acre. Over.
Need to stop those mercenaries fast.
Like we practiced! Attack me!
Good, but not perfect. Hope I didn't disappoint my insane coach. Need to stop those mercenaries fast.
I'm ready for you!
Nailed it! If you know my moves, you know I'm gonna wreck you.
Surprise me. You can. Watching you perform my challenge taught me all your moves.
How about a refresher course?
Come on, that's pathetic. Thought you were fast.
Hey, that finisher's copyrighted! He's using moves. Can't block if he's incapacitated.
You can take this seriously, or you can die. Floppy.
Hey, that's a Spider-Man original!
Fire in the hole.
finisher's copyrighted.
What's the matter? You don't like a fair fight?
They must love you in Vegas. I need to catch him off guard.
This'll be over quick.
Keep this up and you're not gonna like my teacher evaluation.
I get paid for results, and I always get them.
You must be great at parties.
Mine is more powerful than yours.
He's got my finishers too? Is that a photogenic energy sword? Stop trying to kill me so I can peek out. Time for a new approach.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, no way! You're such a fan! Why don't you come fight with me?
I don't work charity cases.
Can you teach me how to do that?
You're not ready. Go back and do my challenges again.
All units. Witnesses are reporting civilians are trapped following a car crash. Nearest officer, please proceed to Manhattanville. All units. Prisoners are opening fire from stolen vehicles.
Captain, these Sable guys look like they forced all the residents out of a building so they could occupy it themselves. And locked up the ones who objected.
Okay, that I can get something done about, but I need victims to come forward.
I'll get the people out and have them file reports with the police.
Eyes up, heads on the swivel. SA-2187, report in. SA-2187 is not responding. Someone confirm their position. I'll check his last known position. Searching. We know he's here. Might have something, Control. Stand by. Agent field to report. Watch your back. Be ready to engage.
Oh, sorry. Did I startle you?
Agent down! Search. Go to alert. Eyes on Spider-Man!
Let's play the quiet game.
Look out! Get him! Keep fighting! Bring it down!
Hey, reinforcement! Now it's a party!
Stick together! We can still beat him! Incoming! We gotta get him on the ground! Everybody down! Cover my Still resisting! We gotta get him on the ground!
Lord, you guys realize there are actual criminals out there, right?
Spider-Man, I confirmed your suspicions. People displaced from the residences are staying in shelters or on the street.
I know what it's like not to have anywhere to stay. It's a good thing these Sable agents have body armor. I just might lose my temper. Hey, Sable agents! Help! I'm being attacked by Sable agents! Oh, wait a minute! More backup? You know, for private security, you guys aren't very private.
Watch my back. Keep him out of the air. Felt that one.
And scene.
Thank you. I was so scared.
Captain, the people that were locked up are headed back to their homes.
Good. And I finally convinced the mayor's office that making constituents homeless was not good for his poll numbers, so they won't be pulling that stunt again. Spider-Man, good news. The mayor finally cracked the whip on Sable International. No more locking up New Yorkers without due process of law.
Guess they figured out it was a PR disaster. For once, we got a clean win.
Well, not quite. I hear rank-and-file Sable agents blame you for stopping the gravy train. They'll be gunning for you even harder now, and no one's going to stop them.
By now, I think it'd freak me out more if nobody was gunning for me. Let them come. I'll be ready.
We have an active hostage situation involving a bus. Officers needed in God's Acre. Over.
Need to stop those mercenaries fast. I do love a challenge. I love acing it even more. If you know my moves, you know I'm gonna wreck you.
Surprise me, if you can.
Watching you perform my challenges has taught me all your moves.
How about a refresher course?
You're still holding back.
I'm not trying to kill you.
Here I thought you were learning. Sloppy. That's what made an impact.
Get your own moves! Keep this up and you're not gonna like my teacher evaluation!
I get paid for results, and I always get them.
Is that a photogenic energy sword? Stop trying to kill me so I can geek out! Hey, that finisher's copyrighted! That's my best throw!
You slow or just stupid. Mine is more powerful than yours.
You're copying my throw? Remember this! Time for a new approach.
Fast.
School's out, Taskmaster. Why are you stalking me?
An organization hired me to see if you were worth recruiting.
I'd rather be Jonah Jameson's foot masseur than work for anyone who'd hire you.
Your loss. They pay 6 figures. Guess some people just deserve to be poor.
6 figures? Nah.
Bring your children into the room, friends, because I'm delivering a lesson impressionable youngsters need. To hear. My guest today is a man who learned the hard way that dressing up like Spider-Man isn't cool. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I wanted to fight crime and help you. And I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I put on a costume like his and tried to do what he does. Boy, was that a mistake. I almost got killed. Just lucky the real Spider-Man saved me.
Let me stop you right there because I think the salient point has been made. Emulate Spider-Man in any way, and you will die! Don't do it, kids! And that's another one of Uncle Jonah's life lessons. Jared, trademark that.
Felicia's keeping busy, but I'm catching up. Let's see where she hit this time. Hello, Cat. Cornelius Van Lunt's place. She's hitting places full of one-of-a-kind valuables. She must be working for someone. Otherwise, why not just steal cash?
report of a bomb threat. Officers needed in Yorkville.
What's the situation, officer?
Another set of bombs rigged by the demons. Disable the primary device, then use the arming key to kill the secondaries.
Giddy up! You guys really stick to your MO, don't you? Can't let Rhino get away again. Gah, missed her again.
Bet you're wondering why I'm back in the game. Straight and narrow just got boring. My target number's 50 million. Nice round number, don't you think?
Bam.
But if you catch me before I hit my goal, I'll give it all back and go straight. My future's in your hands, Spider. All units, officer presence needed to subdue a riot. Officers needed in the area of Columbia.
You'd think after escaping prison they'd keep a low profile. Let me take a wild guess. You were in for arson?
What the hell is that? Just one guy! How's he winning? Yeah, come on! Look at him!
Definitely the worst gang of ruffians I've dealt with in the last 30 minutes.
All units, we have reports of a vehicle collision. Civilians are trapped. Incident is active near Ansonia.
Serious car accident down there. Looks bad.
Help me!
Hold on!
Thank you.
Almost got it! Hey, Spider-Man! It was a bunch of guys tried to rob a store. Getaway driver must have been hopped up. Caused the whole wreck. Whoever caused this wreck is nearby. Need to find and stop them. I'm losing them! Gotta catch up. Hope you've got points left on your license, guys. That pile-up was a doozy. Felicia's close to her goal. I've got to put an end to this, and fast. This area's full of Wall Street guys. Target-rich environment. Got it. She's obviously familiar with these places. And that gives me an idea how to catch her.
Our next caller was involved in a frightening hostage situation. Tell us about it, please.
Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die. But Spider-Man got involved and
Totally unconcerned with your safety.
well, he did save me.
Through sheer luck, you could have been brutally killed.
Yeah, sure, but I could have been killed if he wasn't there.
Let's refrain from unfounded speculation. Focus on solid established fact. Spider-Man does not care if you live or die.
Armed hostiles are attacking a police transport. Incident is active near Estonia.
Hold down! Just need one shot! Everybody's out! Time to book it! Spread out! Spider-Man can't catch on!
And my collection is complete. We're gonna need a bigger transport van.
This is Sable Control. Need an update from Devil's Shelf. Over. Traffic control is set. Checking all suspicious persons.
Nope. That is not how you treat people. Try that on someone who can fight back.
Around now. Target contact. Please advise.
Bring it down.
Always knew these Sable guys were gonna be bad news.
I knew that Jameson was a liar.
Felicia's leading me on a chase, but that's what's gonna help me find her. By feeding all the past locations into an algorithm, I can narrow down her likely point of origin. Found you. I was too late to stop her here, but one or two more locations should give me enough data to pinpoint her hideout. Demons are getting worse than Fisk ever was. Okay, kids. You can't play nice. You lose your armor-piercing toys. That's it. Everyone okay? Demons fight like men possessed. Felicia's close to her goal, and I've still got way too big an area to search. Gotta narrow it down. Every data point helps. Who she robbed, where they live. There it is. I think Lonesome Pinky lives here. Stealing from a country singer. She's getting creative. But I'm getting closer. One more ought to do it.
bomb threat. Please proceed to Hell's Stacks. Over.
Now, if there's one thing I can't abide, it's egomaniacs who use the internet solely to draw attention to themselves. And we just had a real meeting of the minds in that respect, as the online personality Screwball pranked fellow narcissist Spider-Man into an epic snipe.
I said no more city halls, and I meant it. Lost him. Gotta be more careful.
谁在那儿？
Okay, safe to disarm the primary device. Bad time to get sweaty palms. Great, disarmed. Damn, dead man's switch. The other bombs are armed. Need to disable them before they explode.
Heads up. Snipers on the far roof.
Time to KO those snipers.
直接开火！
Close one. Nice work up there, Spider-Man.
Just another day in the life. You and your men take care, officer.
Public transit within Manhattan is operating on schedule. Public transit off the island is inactive due to quarantine.
One more location should give me the data I need to find Black Cat. By my rough estimate, she's got about 49 million in loot. I reach her before she gets to 50 and she might go straight. Oh man, that's the gallery where they keep the Jade Tiger. That's worth a cool million. I've got to run my algorithm and find Felicia, quick. Found her hideout. Gotta get there before she leaves town.
This is Sable Control. What's the situation in Colombia?
We have detained an unauthorized gathering of civilians. Proceeding to question and arrest as needed.
Freedom Tunnel. Before Feast started, this was a haven for New York's homeless. Mostly abandoned now. Good hiding spot. Must be a hidden entrance or something. Bingo. This looks like everything she stole. But no sign of Felicia. Financial data on the Maggia crime families. Is she trying to blackmail them? What's this? Wow. First time I caught Felicia, she was trying to steal this. Looks like she finally went back to finish the job.
Spider, you raced here to redeem me, didn't you? You're adorable. And cute, too. Which is why I made you something more flattering. If you've got it, flaunt it.
This couldn't all have just been a game, could it?
Spider-Man, the Black Cat just robbed the police department's evidence lockup.
What? How? That place is like Fort Knox.
All those cats you found? When they were all together in the evidence room, they linked up, boosted their signal, and deactivated the alarms. No one even saw her sneak in.
She knew I'd find the cats and report them to you. She played me, again. What'd she take?
Just her old costume and gear.
She let me find 50 million worth of loot just so she could get her stuff back. Which means she's got something even bigger planned.
Wow. Gotta give her credit. She played you good.
Are you smiling? You sound like you're smiling.
Gotta go.
Folks, you've heard me express grave concerns about the risk to civil liberties posed by the police department's crime system. And their omnipresent towers. But at least the intention is to stop crimes. Now recently, Spider-Man has been seen tampering with these very towers, and it's reasonable that my loyal...
Spider-Man? Damn it! I said don't make so noisy!
Wow, you all forgot your keys?
What's wrong with you guys?
So, you're all going to jail. Where I bet you'll be as good at breaking out as you were at breaking in.
This is Sable Control. What's the situation in Columbia?
APC Kilo starting patrol now. Eyes out for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man sighted. Please advise. Deploy heavy ordnance.
Aw, is all that heavy ordnance for me? Hey, does this turn into a robot?
APC turret disabled. Switch to small arms.
There's obviously a fight one, get 10 free special on Sable agents right now. Hundreds of escaped psychos in town. Some who can fly, and they send the jetpack guys after me?
Watch it through! Engaging hostile!
Jetpack dudes grounded. Good one, Pete.
Calling agents in Manhattanville, requesting an update on your status.
Observation post established. Situation normal.
Aw, all for me? Didn't get any peace until I shut. Aw, a rooftop party for me? With spotlights and everything?
Take cover!
Is it too much to hope this'll teach Sable to focus on actual criminals instead of me? Yeah, too much.
All units, assistance needed for civilians involved in a vehicle collision. Requesting officers on scene in Bloomingdale.
That car crash looks bad.
Go easy on him, Spider.
A pedestrian's trapped under that car. I have to help them. People are still trapped. Need to almost got it.
You're a match, Spider-Man.
I think that debris is trapping someone inside that car. I've got this. Stay calm. Okay, people are safe. I should clear out so the professionals can get in.
Thanks.
10:30. Masked suspects are attacking an armored car. Incident is active near Ansonia.
Demons robbing an armored car. These guys are looking for long-term financing.
我们出头的日子就在前方。你会跟别人一样别让他成功。打都打了。 他怎么还在玩咖？小心！
Demons seem to be gearing up for something big. can't leave this place operating. I'll try to close it down stealthily so no one gets hurt.
Priority target acquired. Engaging.
Are those spotlights to attract my attention? Maybe make it less ambiguous. Oh, a spider logo. Nah, we get to...
Take cover!
There. Hope that'll slow Sable down some.
Stable control. What's our status at our position in Azonia?
This is Armored Patrol reporting in. No sign of the target. Spider-Man is in range. Lethal force authorized, Patrol. Contact! Contact!
Watch the windows?
Weapon system down.
Okay, just how big is Sable International's HR department?
Stable Control. What's the situation in Colombia?
Control. We are arresting civilians who refuse to cooperate with Commie-senpai.
I should have called. Come on! Demons and escaped prisoners on the loose, you're arresting protesters? More Sable guys! Looks like my webs bring all the boys to the yard! Sable's getting out of control. He's rounding up civilians. Her idea? Or Norman's?
Got a breaking and entering in progress. Report came in from Douglas.
What'd you do? No.
Looks like you guys don't look like locksmiths.
He's fighting all of us. Hey, get back down! You ain't no cop. You got no right.
And my collection is complete.
All units, officers are pinned down by snipers.
So it's a
Reported
gaggle of
location
geese,
is
a
near
murder of crows. Is it a cell block of prisoners? Did I get that right? Those cops are in a bad spot. We gotta help.
Remember when Spider-Man had a sidekick? The Black Cat?
People around here work.
I spy a walking dead.
No talking during the infiltration. Take a break. You earned it.
No.
Getting very sleepy.
Let me show you what I got. Real deal. Still don't like the vigilante.
Those were some well-armed convicts. Time to take Rhino down.
We have an active hostage situation involving a bus. Nearest officer, please proceed to Manhattanville.
Those inmates have nothing to lose. Hey, if you need friends this bad, I'll hang out with you.
Get the hostages! Get Spider-Man!
Convicts would use their freedom for something non-destructive. Like knitting, canasta.
Love got that situation under control.
Calling agents in Manhattanville, requesting an update on your status. Checkpoint secure. Be advised, breach is highly kinetic.
Try that on someone who can fight back.
Affirmative. Good hunting.
Always knew these Sable guys were gonna be bad news. Pick on someone your own size, Rhino.
There is no one my size, folk.
Or maybe we could just talk it out. Rhino, what's with the team up? Thought you were a loner.
Ah, means and eggs, folk. All of life is means and eggs.
So what's the end for these particular means?
Freedom! True freedom! No more youth! No more Rhino!
I always liked this suit. So distinctive.
Be thankful! Without youth, I make less trouble for you.
What about our stimulating battleside chat? Okay, Rhino. Let's wrap this up.
Never send an 8-ton infant to do a man's job. Let's finish this.
Oh, Scorps, love you, but you do know it's really cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Gargan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two. So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The scary six? The dirty half dozen?
How about the we murdered Spider-Man and we work for a blanket?
Target, please! You embarrassed yourself!
Gotta get Scorpion on the ground. Gadgets might help.
Stop blocking my aim!
Stop aiming right at me! Slap the
Get him, you idiot!
Get him! Drop down! Health rock!
Guys, please! Plenty of you to go around! Rhino's getting his suit removed. What did Octavius promise you, Scorpion?
Money. Gargan has no vision. He fights for profit.
Untrue. I'd rip Spider-Man's face off for free. The money's a bonus. Can't believe I'm stuck with a moron like you.
Come here and I'll fix this. We failed because of you, Gargan. You will know the pain this suit can cause.
Try it, Red. Hell, maybe I'll just pull you out of the suit myself. Piece by piece.
It's hard to feel like I don't even need to be here. You guys want to sort this out yourselves?
Pathetic Gargan. I will squash Bug myself.
We could just stop now, you know. I won't tell anybody.
And leave your skull uncrushed? There is fun in that! Come here, House. I will teach you to throw real punch.
My jaw's already absorbed that particular lesson. Thanks.
Do you know what Octavius will do if he finds out you failed?
Didn't I hear you took a poetry class on the raft? Like a therapy thing?
Yes, you freak show!
A little forced together time might help you boys learn to play nice. All right, Yuri, that's 4 down. Just Octavius and Lee left.
Something tells me they won't be as easy. They're only half our problem, though. Devil's Breath cases are getting worse, and Oscorp is being coy about an anti-serum. I'm worried they're seeing dollar signs in a seller's market.
I'd expect nothing less from our beloved mayor. Leave Devil's Breath to me. One of my best people is on it.
Pete, hey. I've been through the city, state, and federal databases. If this Devil's Breath lab does exist, it's off the books. The only other place I can think to look is in Norman's personal files.
I've already been through his office computer. Are you thinking his penthouse? That building's full of Sable's men. If they spot me, other residents could get hurt in a firefight.
I know, but I might be able to get in undetected. I can sneak in, find the lab's location, and get out. If anything goes wrong, I'll call you for backup.
Okay. It's risky, but we need that location. Wait for me to get nearby, then make your move.
I'll be ready.
Assault reported. Approach with caution. Nearest officer, please proceed to Manhattanville.
Trust me, it's less painful this way.
Light him up again!
What, it's not fun getting beat up? Sit with that for a while.
All units, we have reports of prisoners driving around opening fire. Report came in near Gracie Mansion. Over.
This looks like a job for Spider Traffic Cop. Spoiler! This joyride ends right back at Rikers! Is it bad I think the motorcycles make those escaped convicts look cool?
Ain't gonna win! I'll put you in the ground!
Maybe they should start offering driver's ed in prison. Okay, MJ. I'm a couple blocks away. Let me know if you get into trouble.
Thanks, Pete. Wish me luck. Okay. Norman?
Two turrets. Good work so far.
so far. I've got suspicious activity in the sector. Please advise. Suspect's description. Sweeping for suspect.
What is that horrible smell?
Oh, great! We do your dirty work in the sewers and come back smelling worse than a wet hip hog in a warm barn. This could have a serious impact on the lady factor.
No. I think it was my lunch, actually. Nice work in the sewers, eh? I guess you're looking for that weapon upgrade. Well, there's a blaster mod stashed in some crates at the port. Find it, and it's yours.
Patrolling Sector 9. Be advised, I'm on one. The blaster is a good all-around choice with a nice rate of fire. This weapon requires more aiming ability. You can switch weapon modes at any time. You can combo your attacks by kicking, then firing your weapon. Kick the first target, then shoot while kicking to automatically hit the second target. Not quite. Try again. Kick, then shoot, almost at the same time. Not quite. Try again. Kick, then shoot, almost at the same time. Not quite. Try again. Kick, then shoot, almost at the same time. Not quite. Try again. Kick, then shoot, almost at the same time. Well, that's a Wastelander move. They won't know what hit them. You can find yellow ammo in crates. Would you like to test your skills on the gun course?
Care to try for the course record?
Sweeping for suspects. This is Unit Alpha. We're en route.
I have a proposition for you, Jack. Racing is the biggest sport in the city. Errol is the undisputed grand champion. He's crazy and dangerous on the track. My kind of guy. Only a fool would dare race against him, eh? And that's where you two come in. A client of mine is looking for a fast driver for her racing team. Here's a security pass to get you into the stadium section. And your contract with just a few trifles for me. I've already signed your name to save time.
We, the racers, hereby agree to give crew all proceeds from race earnings, endorsement fees, broadcast royalties, syndication residuals, vehicle sponsorships, small appearance fees, collectible card assets, fast food tie-ins, use of likeness rights, talk show deals, clothing lines, all print rights, including book, novella, comic, pamphlet, ticket tape, neon sign, and bathroom graffiti designs. Toy rights, shoe lines, mood rings, game rights. Game rights! Vitamin endorsements, city kickback movie deals, and of course, all death and dismemberment accident insurance claims.
We can work out the tiny details later. If you can get from here to the race garage near the stadium in less than 3 minutes, my client said she would consider letting you drive for her team. Make me proud, hmm?
Hello? Crew said someone was looking for a race driver?
I'm busy right now. You must be Crew's new errand boys. Look, I don't mean to be rude. You did get here fast. But I'm not interested in any new drivers right now. And I've got work to do.
Is there anything we can do?
No! I'm, working on a secret, vehicle project.
Okay, sorry.
Listen, if you think you've got the guts to race in this town, try taking my prototype jet board out on the stadium course. Beat the stadium challenge, and maybe I'll consider you for my team.
So far.
You can get on and off the jetboard at any time. You can jump on your jetboard. You can get a higher jump by ducking before you jump. Jump and jump again a little after you've landed for an even bigger launch. Try getting up on that higher ledge with a boost jump. Try getting up on that higher ledge with a boost jump. You can land on a rail and grind across it. Try grinding on that rail.
while you jump. You can also do tricks for fun. Try to put a number of moves together to get points. Get enough points to win the challenge.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jeff. Back here over on some more zombies. And a couple hours ago, I ended up unlocking Opal. So now, the long part is pretty much over. Now I'm to, like, the really easy stuff, especially Afterlife here. The quality doesn't look that great because I have all of the options turned down, but this camo honestly looks pretty cool when you don't have it on extremely low. Luckily, that's not the case for all of the other camos in the game, so, I mean, everything else looks really, really good, even on super low. It's just this one. So now I'm in the middle of doing the Afterlife camos. I already have 10 of them unlocked. Hold on, let me try to find a weapon that I already did it with. Let's go like XM4. Yeah, boom, right here, see? And yeah, so a couple hours ago I did Opal and I already have 10 Afterlife camo. Just to put that into perspective, it's very, very easy to get. Got the save file right here. We're gonna do the same exact thing I was talking about doing with the guided mode. And I'm just chilling here. Again, this video will be pretty, you know, chill or whatever, but I got double XP going, getting a peek into my mindless, brain-numbing grind. But it's nice and relaxing at this point, so I'm cool. And we're almost to Nebula. It looks really good. Oh, speaking of looking good, the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Round cap 11, we might end up getting a parasite round here. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. There's immediately a mangler already. I'm gonna clear these guys and just get one of them alive. So I already have these two shotguns done. I've already picked up every single weapon off of the walls, I'm pretty sure. I did the DM10, the ASG over there, the AK over there, XMG over there, pistol on the corner over there, the DM10 over there, and the shotgun in the bowling alley. I don't think that there's any other one. Oh yeah, and I did the sniper rifle as well right there. We'll keep this one guy alive, and we'll go to the box. Whatever it gives me, we'll just go and do that one. But anyway, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. I didn't talk about it very much leading up to it, but honestly, I know some people feel some type of way about it, but I think Mike Tyson is literally the most dangerous 58-year-old I have ever seen in my life. Like, so many people were disappointed in Mike, like, talking about, oh man, he looks so old. I was saying, I hate this fight. I think this is a dumb fight. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dumb. I picked Jake Paul to win, and he did win, but I genuinely expected Mike Tyson to look absolutely horrible. Now, there are people saying that he did look absolutely horrible. I have been watching fighting since I was like 10 years old. Like real fighting, combat sports shit. I have seen 40-year-old MMA fighters look way worse than Mike did. Mike had basically one leg. He had like a knee brace on and everything. It was sad to watch, but I'll be honest, I thought he would look way, way, way worse. I was like, dude, we are in the darkest timeline. I thought that Jake would knock him out. You would see Mike Tyson's old corpse on the ground. I thought it was gonna be bad, but it really wasn't. Mike even managed to win 2 of the rounds. It was 8 rounds total. He lost, you know, the other 6. His body just really couldn't do what his mind wanted to do. Even though his legs looked worse in this fight, I have gone back and watched a lot of Mike Tyson fights, obviously the more recent ones, especially the fight with Roy Jones Jr. back in like 2020 or 2021. And as I watched that fight, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way. Mike looks terrible in this fight with Roy. He's gonna look even worse now that more time has even passed. Dude, he looked more dangerous in this fight against Jake than he did against Roy Jones Jr. Now, I get it, the Roy Jones fight, like people were calling it an exhibition, but there are people even now talking about like no knockout clause, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, if Jake got hit clean with some shit, or even if Mike himself got hit with some clean shit, these guys were gonna get knocked out. They were absolutely trying to knock each other out as best as they could. You know, between the limited skill set of Jake Paul and Mike's age, they were absolutely trying to knock each other out. I don't think that there was anything scripted or Jake was like sparing him and trying not to knock him out. I genuinely think that he respected Mike a lot. Could he have gotten him out of there? Absolutely. I think he could have. But again, he was just respecting it. He got hit a couple good clean times times throughout the fight was like, dude, I'm not fucking with it. I'm not gonna play with that. Why would I keep playing with it? Like, dude, I genuinely think Mike looked really, really, like, for all, this guy at 58 years old could straight up still murder any stupid drunk dumbass that walks up to him in a bar, no matter how old they are. Mike would kill any regular ass 27-year-old that just gets into like random little bar fights with people. I was ready to be depressed about the whole thing. I really was. And even though he lost, I expected him to lose. It would have been above and beyond if he had actually won the fight. But just winning 2 rounds in itself, not getting finished, and still demanding respect at nearly 60 years old is insane. This is easily the most dangerous 58-year-old on the planet. Because I've seen 40-year-old MMA fighters look worse than that. I watched so many legends, people that I love, I have a bias towards. I watched them get bad overnight. Age is such a huge factor, especially in combat sports. So UFC 309, John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Without going into too much of a tangent about the way that John Jones has gone about this whole thing, I think that John Jones is gonna win, but man, would I be happy if Stipe won. I think that John Jones should fight Tom Aspinall. I don't think he's gonna fight Tom Aspinall. Nope, by the way, Stipe Miocic is obviously the oldest he's ever been. He also hasn't fought in 3 years, and the last time that he did fight, Francis Ngannou made a fucking highlight out of him. There's a meme that goes around in the MMA community where Dana White is constantly glazing John Jones. He needs to as a promoter, it makes sense. They don't want to mention Francis at all. I would love to see Francis Ngannou versus Tom Aspinall, but Francis will never do business with the UFC ever again. Anyway, there's a meme that goes around where they say John Jones in a room with anybody on the planet, John Jones is gonna walk back out of that room. Basically saying that in a street fight, in a one-on-one, no weapons or anything like that, John Jones would beat the shit out of anybody on the planet, regardless of weight class. A part of me, for some reason, a part of me doesn't believe that if he were to go into a room with Tom Aspinall and Francis Ngannou. Oh, there we go. We already got Afterlife for this one. And now we go back to the box and we go and grab another one that we haven't done. I do have a list over here, but I won't be able to tab out during the video, so I'll just have to, I'll know if I did it or not, generally, for now. The Tanto, definitely haven't done that. We'll go and slam all of our resources into this one. Anyway, if you haven't noticed, I think that John Jones is going to beat Stipe. Now, do I think it'll be really easy? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Stipe will surprise us. I think maybe it's just, you know, my hopium. John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. On the feet, I think it'll look a little odd. We don't really know how heavyweight John Jones looks on the feet overall. The last time we saw him at heavyweight, it didn't, you know, the fight wasn't very long. And the couple times he was striking, it did look a little awkward. But, you know, you could only see so much. Don't want to read too much into it. We haven't seen a lot. Meanwhile, we don't really know what Stipe looks like at this age. Now, given the age is less of a factor at heavyweight because of, like, knockout power and everything. People's defense is generally worse. Usually, there's not as much technique. And anyone that does have, you know, higher technique or better technique than other people, they're usually going to be ahead of the pack, paired with that power, which is why people like Tom Aspinall are, you know, successful right now. I think John Jones will be able to just kind of take Stipe down, control him, maybe even throw some 12-6 elbows, which are legal now. Might not be as easy as we're thinking that it'll be. Maybe Stipe will make it interesting and actually be able to stuff the takedowns. If he does stuff the takedowns, John could be in trouble. It's a big question mark because we don't really know what Jones's striking looks like at heavyweight. How varied is it? How, you know, is he really one-dimensional in the wrestling now? Like, what's the deal? Did he develop any knockout power whatsoever moving up? Because historically, John Jones is not a power puncher, and the few finishes that he has, they're all mostly submissions, and then the one knockout that he has over Daniel Cormier, which he also popped for steroids in that fight. So they want John Jones to win this. They want to be able to have, you know, the GOAT of their sport, this mystical fighter. Everything will look really, really good down on paper, but anyone that's there to witness it will be able to, you know, correct that every single time that somebody assumes. We're not gonna let them just sweep the whole positive tests, you know, under the rug. Oh yeah, I just realized I didn't even explain it. I'm doing the guided mode strategy here. If you don't know, you could just look at my last video. And the challenge that I need to be doing here is simply need to get 10 kills without getting hit. Usually I go and get hit once just to make sure that it resets, because I don't know if it stacks on top of itself. I usually get, you know, I do the whole clear, then I get hit once, then I do the whole clear, then I get hit once, just to make sure that it's actually counting. It could be a waste, but getting hit one time with 3 plates at level 11, I'm not in any danger anyway. It really doesn't need a whole explanation. I'm gonna run in circles like 5 or 6 times in place right here. Wait for all of the zombies to stop climbing up so there's no stragglers, so I don't have to worry about anyone potentially coming up behind me. All right, now everybody's up here. Now I wanna get hit once. There we go, make sure that it's reset, and we just kill everybody right here. This is easily 10 zombies. I think this is like over 30 zombies. I just got hit there, but I already got the nimble for it. Annoying thing though is that there is no actual medal for the thing that we're trying to do. It's like in between. I'm not playing a guessing game with whether or not I'm getting a medal or not. I'd rather just overcompensate here to be safe and just go one round at a time. I don't think I can split the zombies up to do it. We got Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. This fight is a run back where Michael Chandler ended up hurting Charles Oliveira early in the fight. Like, you know, Michael Chandler seems to do with most people. Round one, Michael Chandler is very, very dangerous, but he also is kind of a glass cannon himself. So this fight is pretty much glass cannon versus glass cannon. Both of these guys will regularly get hurt, get dropped, but they can hurt people very, very badly. Double XP is doing work too. Yeah, I just decided to say fuck it and prestige because I realized I can just I'm not going to be locked out of any of my weapons. And then looking down the list, I have so many unlocked tokens, and there's also bundles available that there's no way I'm going to get locked out of anything. The battle pass gives bundles, the store has bundles, we got the perma unlocks. I can pretty much have every single weapon in the game perma unlocked. So prestiging is nothing. Given I can only prestige a couple more times at this point, it's almost over. I black holed a ton of XP in that last prestige. I could probably be 10th prestige by now, to be honest, but it is what it is. That Charles Oliveira and Chandler fight is kind of, it's really a toss-up. I think more people are leaning Charles, and I'm gonna lean Charles too since he won the first fight. I think Charles has more history of recovering after being hurt at the very least, whereas Chandler, when he gets hurt, he doesn't recover nearly as well. And then the other fight on there is Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. Paul Craig is a pretty good grappler, especially at this weight class, but I think Bo Nickel is kind of the whole package. Now, I don't know how good his striking is overall, but I think that it's definitely better than Paul Craig's. Paul, I don't know if I've ever watched him outstrike somebody ever. The grappling exchanges could be interesting, but I could totally see Bo Nickel even just submitting him as well. So there we go. Afterlife, there it is. I'll go and leave one of these guys alive, and we go and grab another one. Yeah, so I got Bo Nickel against Paul Craig. I think he'll win probably by submission or maybe even knockout. LW3, all right. Got Charles Oliveira over Michael Chandler. To be honest, that one's straight up a coin toss with a slight lean to Charles, just, you know, from the first fight. I see a finish for sure, but who knows? Maybe they'll both be a little bit more careful this time. And then I got John Jones over Stipe, but I am rooting for Stipe. It would be really cool to see Stipe just pull off something insane. What a timeline that shit would be. That would be like a terrible loss for John Jones too. To lose to a guy that's like over 40 years old after 3 years off, coming off of a horrible knockout of his entire career at the hands of Francis Ngannou, a guy that he happened to not sign a fight with for those 3 years and just not fight at all. Yeah, that would be a terrible stain on him. For sure. There's a reason he's very careful about, you know, who he's selecting to fight. So yeah, this is all I'm doing though. Nebula will be ready in no time. It'll likely be the next video. And then I gotta look into the Warzone grind. Maybe by that point they can look into solving the weird tracking issues that people are having. Seems like the progress is very, very slow. And even on paper, like it's gonna take a little bit of time to do. Like just as the nature of Warzone is, it's not the fastest paced thing. It's a massive map. But the tracking issues on top of that, yeah, that makes it exponentially more difficult. It's not really the easiest to count how many of them I managed to collat with one bullet. So counting them is kind of out of the question with the sniper rifle. I just kind of shoot into the crowd of them and go from there. Less work. I could individually count them one by one, but again, I don't want brain activity.
Over the past year at this point, over 500,000 people have followed me on TikTok, and all of them have sent me so much bullshit. So to say that these kinds of videos aren't my first rodeo would be a massive understatement. I am slowly going insane. Please send help. And it's been a bit since I actually looked back at what people sent me instead of just, you know, going through my For You page and picking videos. So let's look back and see what happens when you leave 500,000 people unsupervised for a month. Oh shit, I forgot to do the actual. Welcome back to the Void Cafe. I'm your host, Caraman. Be sure to comment what kind of coffee you like, and let's go in and see what you guys sent me today. Also, before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it. It's free. Anyway.
Would you rather hear your son call his girlfriend mommy or your daughter call her boyfriend daddy? And this is loud and clear at the dinner table. The room goes silent before they say it. Now, to make things as horrible as possible, your son says it in a baby voice. Mommy, can you pass me the bread? And she just stops and stares at him for a second as if he forgot something. And he's like, oh, right. And then he pulls out a pacifier and puts it in his mouth and hits her with one of these. She's all like, there we go. Then she passes him the bread and she's like, who's my good little boy? I am. Mind you, his actual mommy is sitting at the table appalled. Now, as for the daughter, she's saying it real breathy and sensual. I'm not going to give you an example, but, you know. She keeps saying it. That's the only pronoun she's addressing him. No he, him, or his, just daddy. She's like biting her lip in between daddies and looking him up and down. And the whole time, the boyfriend's just like, you wanna know why she calls me daddy? But he's straight up explaining it. Then she interrupts him and is like, daddy, I can't cut my steak. So he picks up your daughter at the dinner table, places her in his lap, and then cuts the steak for her, all while she's kicking her feet and giggling. It's an evil world we live in.
Thank you for the thorough and authentic explanation. Okay, I actually needed that in order to get full context of the scenario so that way I can answer in the most responsible way I possibly can. Of course, with that being said, I'm very inclined to ask if abortion is still an option. I guess what I'm trying to say is, do I get the option to blow my brains out afterwards? Or do I have to live with the fact that I saw that and possibly go through years and years worth of therapy and then possibly doing it again in front of me? Can I rip my ears out? Or perhaps mutilate myself with the fork so that way I have some other kind of pain to focus on? Am I allowed to disown my child after that happens? How about this? We'll do it like this, all right? Hear me out. I got something called reverse adoption, bro. And listen, my family ain't gonna be treating me right? So like, why don't I just go get a new family, you know? New family, new year, new me type shit, you know what I'm saying? Listen, they say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, okay? That apple is in a whole other continent, okay? That ain't my goddamn apple no more, and that sure as hell ain't gonna be my tree. I will cut that bitch down and use every last bit of paper that I get from that motherfucker in order to change my identity and dip. And bro said the boyfriend about to be explaining why she's calling him daddy the whole time. I'm checking out after that one, bro. Like, I just ain't doing it no more. And I feel like the son one is slightly worse. You telling me all them years of training and raising just for you to come to my table and violate me in front of my food, too? You just gonna disrespect me in front of the mashed potatoes? Speaking in the baby voice while your mother's right there across the table? I need y'all to understand that as a man in my head, I got a crazy dilemma going on in that exact moment. Come here. I can't fucking believe it. I cannot fucking believe that I let these motherfuckers stop me from destroying this entire goddamn planet. I said I love you to one person, and look where it got me. Instead of falling with bands, I'm bracing for her boyfriend bragging to me about her beef curtains. I gotta ask myself a question. When did this become me? You know what? Nah, it was never me. But I did make a mistake. I will be hitting that whole house with the Uchiha Massacre type treatment. It will be over. So like, are we allowed to talk about how that dog more likely than not swallowed half of that shit? That dog is about to shit out a whole forest. Man, this is the type of shit that I don't like. Y'all just keep recording this shit and post it on social media. That dog is in danger. I guarantee you he's swallowing half of that. Look at him. Look at it. Look at the way he's biting. You're just sitting there recording it. I do not like this. You're just casually having your dog do a life-threatening thing in front of you and you're just not doing shit about it to find nothing but wood in that motherfucker's stomach. Fellas, care for your animals, okay? Please do better. The last thing I want to see is a dog getting folded for a TikTok. Okay, you're in the kitchen with your head down, not really looking too good, AirPods in the ears. Let's see what you got going on. I'll be sending the kitchen disassembly package in the mail soon. You'll be getting it Friday. I see you painted over these cheeks with a fresh coat of ass. Fellas, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, right? If I was blind, this would be looking real good. It probably smells good too. I just have to smash my nose in with a cement block first. And man, let me tell you, the taste, man, when I rip my tongue out, oh my God, this shit gonna taste good. Oh yeah, fun fact, fellas, guess what that is? Go ahead, comment, take a guess. Take a guess what it is. Yeah, you haven't commented yet. You're not slick. Come on, go ahead and comment. All right, now let me tell you, it's candy. Well, brownies to be more specific, in its past lives at least. Now it is gasoline. I have no idea how you fuck up this bad. You should be saying sorry to the dishes. And I get why you looking down at it like that too, bro. Man, I know exactly what's playing on in them AirPods too. Motherfucker said, I still see the menu in my room. Can't take back the cooking that came through. Hey, that shit look gas if you take away the G and add an extra S at the end. Listen, excuse my French, but c'est liard horum. Ne cuisine plaisir. That means you did a good job. No, it doesn't. I did this cool new thing called lying. Let's get to the next video before they notice. Yeah, how about no? How about we don't do that? How about we all just like collectively lay off the cocaine, you know, for like a solid 2 seconds? Are y'all bored? Like that's gotta be the reason why y'all doing this. You gotta be bored. I don't know what the fuck. See, this is why I'm not an alcohol person, okay? I feel like once you guys, you know, start trying a bunch of shit, you know, things just go off the rails very fucking quickly, and I can see it here. I don't know who the hell would want to drink some Kraft mac and cheese. Now here's a better idea for you, okay? Create an alcohol that works good with or tastes like donuts. Like I would love it if, you know, something like that, you know, I was able to drink it and then like it brought out more of the taste of the donut. And I know what you're asking, Karen, man, why are you so fixated on donuts right now? Okay, roll with me on this one. This is a Korean donut shop. I've been watching this entire time while editing this video. And admittedly, I am pretty fucking hungry, okay? But think of it like this. I'm not really that much of an alcohol person, but if I was gonna be an alcohol person, it would be something that would be able to match with this. You know what I'm saying? Like if you give me a drink that makes this taste 10 times better, I will become a professional D1 alcoholic. And you will not be seeing me at the rehab center at all. Like look at this. You can just see the care that was put into the fluff of this donut. It's soft, but it confronts you with a sweetness that only a mother could give you. Handcrafted to meet both the buyer and the seller's pinnacle of satisfaction. This is truly the foundation of a big back attack. And yeah, sure, your calorie level shoots up and your arteries clog. But you want to know what doesn't clog anymore? The river of dopamine that flows through your tiny little brain after you take one bite of them. Truly one of mankind's greatest creations. And there goes the jelly donut. All right, back to racism. Listen, shit like this makes me think that free will was a mistake. A shot of Kraft mac and cheese should put you in solitary confinement. And I kind of hate the fact that you're playing classical music over this too. It's such a high production look for something that probably tastes like dog shit. And now that I see that you're pouring the dust in there, I'm just thinking about the lonely box of mac missing its cheese. What a cruel world this is. Oh, and 2 bits of ice just to make it look like there's more in there than there actually is. Oh my god, this guy is actually professional. I'm gonna lie, chat. This looks good. Like, I thought this was gonna put me on the toilet, but you know, actually, I could down this and I wouldn't have any problems at all. It would be hilarious if he drank this and then he just kind of like spit it out in the background. May God himself have mercy on this man's bowel movements.
Yo, my girl said she was gonna make some burgers. Okay. Look at that patty, though.
Dude.
Dog, you a little bit too nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's your girl. I get it. You don't want to hurt her feelings. But listen, that's what I'm here for. Hey, what's up? I'm Cameraman. Welcome to the Void Cafe. Watch this. That shit look like ass. Shit look dry as hell. Fuck the Krabby Patty. That shit the nappy patty. That shit the crappy patty. I'm gonna get aggressive if I see somebody serve me that shit. Nickname that motherfucker the Whack Me Patty. Got that shit looking like something that would appear in a Saw movie. Call that shit the Trap Me Patty. Mummified ass burger. Call that shit the Rap Me Patty. Run away from the table when I see it. I'm gonna call that shit the Lap Me Patty. Girl, that ain't even no burger. That's some light shit. Call that shit the Snacky Patty. Alright, cool. Now that I said all that, let me dial it back. Let me calm down. Them shits do look like chicken nuggets. That shit look like what Wingstop calls boneless chicken wings. By the way, I just want to put this out there. Comment if you agree with me real quick. Boneless chicken wings aren't a fucking thing. You got chicken wings and you got chicken nuggets. Stop playing with me. Cause like, listen up, fellas, listen, okay? What do you do with a boneless chicken wing, right? You take the chicken from the chicken wing and you mix it up and you put it into like a nugget kind of formation, right? Why is it still called a boneless chicken wing? It's a nugget. It's a fucking nugget. And you ain't gonna let me call it a chicken nugget, no, because you call it a boneless chicken wing so that way I can pay $3 more. That's why I'm ready to fix your shit up.
Can someone tell me how long I'm supposed to boil bread for it to turn to toast?
Okay, I see the problem here. So what you're doing is you're using an outside-in pot, okay? What you're supposed to be doing is using an inside-out pot, okay? Next, you want to get your dumb ass some dry water, okay? You're using some wet water right there. You can't do that. You're making toast. You gotta make it make sense out here. Then you want to boil it until it's cold. You gotta use the dishwasher to boil. So you're using the stove, so you're not gonna get the right kind of consistency that you really want with the toast. And I see that you're starting from the bread phase, okay?
I've been doing this
my
for
question
3
is, why
hours.
didn't you start with the toast? Seriously, I feel like I'm talking to a first grader over here. In order to make toast, you need toast, okay? Not bread, toast. See, this is why I tell everybody to go to the living room and start cooking before you go to the kitchen, okay? See, because the carpet is the foundation of the meal and the couch is just what's gonna take you there. The first meal that I ever had was a plate of Play-Doh with a side of Lego. Everybody comes from somewhere, right? Well, guess what? You're starting from nowhere right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. You're just doing it all wrong, boy. I said you're doing it all wrong. The fact that you didn't even put it on a heated plate just says it all. I said, put the plate backwards, boy. Put the plate back. Oh, brother, it's amateur hour, boy, out here. It's amateur hour.
Now we're gonna beat the boss.
Well, damn. I'm not even sure if I can show that on YouTube. I didn't even know. That shit was a sack of potatoes. Looks like 2 watermelons being smacked around in a beanbag. That thing balls as big as my head. And my head fat as fuck. Them bitches are swinging with some torque. Them bitches trying to swing off your body. That's the next generation smacking his leg constantly. Thank you for swinging by the Void Cafe. On your way out, be sure to like, subscribe, and smile for the cameraman. And if you're staying for a little bit longer, there are plenty of videos on the menu just for you.
So the word on the block is that Tai Lung gave everybody the slip and escaped from prison. Finally, I've been out here screaming free Tai Heezy for the longest, my son innocent. I remember watching this just thinking, damn, bro must have the craziest KD ratio of all time. He sent everybody into hiding the second they heard he escaped. So the Furious Five assemble their super team and go to meet him at the bridge to try to stop him. And I'm just thinking to myself, damn, what did he do to make them niggas that mad? Homie pulled up with his black Air Forces tied tight. Absolutely no words, just straight hands. It was really on sight. He just starts charging right towards them. He had these boys shook. They was not trying to box for real. They said, oh nah, this nigga is crazy. Cut the rope. We just gonna let bro get clapped by gravity instead. Tai Lung shows off his 50-inch vertical, and Tigress knows she can't let Ty Jordan get to this side of the bridge or else it's really up for the village. So she jumps off with a backflip kick, rocking his ass in the chin, and now her homies have to hold up the bridge they just cut because she made the foolish mistake of calling ISO. He's about to clamp your shit. But look at this clean ass recovery he just did. If I saw somebody do this, I'll just be like, alright bro, you dead got it, GG's. I'd just let him pass. He's clearly gonna make it through regardless. But this is the part where Tai Lung starts pressing Tigress for answers. I've come here to find a legendary real nigga. Where is he? How do you know you're not looking at him? Come on now, stop it. I scanned all of your power levels. I know none of y'all are him. Tai Lung clearly not even taking them serious for real. This who y'all sent to protect the village? What is this legendary warrior's name? I heard he got the unreleased ball mains. Need those. Monkey gets to snitch and I always knew his ass wasn't gang for real. Poe? So that's his name. Poe. Our battle will be legendary. I'm finna run his pockets when I see him. Tigress is tired of the disrespect though. She got her whole tryhard pose out and bro not even considering her. He thinking about the next challenge after already. So she starts viciously jumping his ass. But they just taking turns weaving and blocking each other's hits like Rod Wave versus Broccoli. That is until Tigress catches him with a two-piece combo and throws his ass off the bridge. But Tai Lung is successfully holding on for dear life. Black Widow cannot relate, launching himself up trying to catch her with a disgusting chin kick. But my son Tigress must have been camping elementary schools because she hit him with that smooth criminal dodge. Tai Lung just kept flying higher and higher, throwing himself all the way up to heaven. Oh shit, what's good Iron Man? What's good Avatar Aang? Where's Michael Jackson? Oh, he ain't make it up here, gang. And look at Tigress' face, she's panting already. If she makes it out of here, shorty gotta get back in the lab. That Mamba mentality. He dolphin dives at her, but luckily she's able to roll out the way just in time. So they get back to boxing, taking turns blocking each other's attacks until Tai Lung is like, alright, this is taking way too long, and grabs her by the leg. Got shorty bent like a pretzel, looking like she a cheerleader spelling out letters. Can I get a C for catching an ass whooping? And he just throws her off the bridge, but on some shot clock cheese, she's able to grab on for dear life and kick bro in the face. Got him turning his head like somebody calling his name. Kicks her in the back, goes for a right, she blocks it and pulls him in, but not for a kiss. He not finna get none of this Tigressy. Into a two-piece combo, weave, and shorty goes for the same attack, but fuck out of here with that spamming shit. Homie kicks her in the forehead, and the rest of her crew is seeing that she was very wrong to call ISO. He's out there saying, cookies, give me those, straight chocolate chip. So they send a triple team to go help her out, and you can see why. This is really a mismatch, straight Chris Brown versus Rihanna. But it's not enough for him to just beat her up. Nah, he trying to put her on a t-shirt. He starts choking the life out of her with the bridge, and I'm not gonna lie, he's really in his bag. These are moves I've never seen before, never even thought of before. My ex the snake pulls up and bops him in the face, causing Tigress to fall, but Crane swoops in and he got her. She finna be straight. Viper is around his neck, but Tai Lung looking like, man, this nigga trash. And I'm not gonna lie, she got some good hits in though. Why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? I know in her mind she thought she was clapping shit. Catch these strokes, Tai Lung, catch these fucking strokes. But shorty was cooking beef ankles and dragon ears because like Fediwap music career, it did not last long. Tai Lung grabs her by the neck, got her calling for backup on some monkey help, please. They're really trying to give my son Tai Lung that Jiraiya treatment. Pain really had my nigga Hin and Nene getting his shit clapped. Monkey hands the bridge over to Mantis and bro, they set him up for failure. Like Kevin Hart getting twerked on by Meg Thee Stallion, he cannot handle all of that. The bridge is too heavy. Monkey pulls up with the assist, kicking Tai Lung in the chest, making him take a seat. Let me get your waves right, lil bro. Tai Lung got that Madara Uchiha in him though. He loves reverse jumping. Motherfucker trying to catch as many bodies as possible. Mantis starts whipping the bridge, no slavery, making him fly off the ropes, stopping him in his tracks. And this is where they bust out the team attack they've been practicing all week. Monkey kicks bro in the chest, throwing the alley-oop up for Viper so that she could dunk that shit. To which Crane swoops in with another kick. They they juggling this nigga like a basketball, tying him up in a rope, and I don't know who Tiger's feeling like. Shorty, you are not Goku. She finna hit him with a Kamehameha of straight air. And see, this is what I don't understand, bro. They jumped his ass down to 10 HP, tied him up in a rope, and cut the rope, making him bang into the side of a mountain. They was up 30 in the 4th quarter with 13 seconds left. How did this get fumbled? Tai Lung starts swinging like a Beyblade and lands right in front of them. Y'all should have killed me. Not just that, but he started talking his shit too. Shaking my head.
Gotcha, bitch.
Bro paralyzes Monkey, and the cameraman had to turn away. He couldn't even show us what Tai Lung did to the rest of them. The movie is PG. And he's already out of breath from the intense 5 steps he had to walk up to get here. After catching his breath, he looks over and sees that Tai Lung got Master Shifu in the high school bully pose. He's out here lifting this man by his collar, but I'm gonna be honest, Po is way better than me. Cause Master Shifu, weren't you just talking spicy, trying to embarrass me in front of the host? Talking about I could never be the Dragon Warrior. The Dragon Warrior would never be somebody whose belly button reaches their home 15 minutes before they do. I remember. What? No way this is the Dragon Warrior. Is there not a weight requirement? They letting anybody get the title now. Oh yeah? If I'm not the Dragon Warrior, then why do I have this? Yeah, you should see your face. You look like Plankton peeping the Krabby Patty secret formula. You want it, don't you? Tai Lung thinks he's already won, but as he's distracted by the scroll, Po bounces back, knocking him into the pillar. And if you look in the background, it don't look like Master Shifu's gonna get up until One Piece finishes, so Po is gonna have to run this 1v1 on his own. And he was really hyped to do so until he sees the crazy in Tai Lung's eyes and starts to remember to himself, oh yeah, they had this man chained up like Kratos in the underworld for a reason. Po tries his best to skedaddle away, but he gets caught, luckily grabbing the scroll in midair. Po scrolls through his combat moves select list, going past the belly bump, greedy grab, hungry hook to select the light skin stare, getting kneed and bounced off the roof, using the branch to his advantage, bopping Tai Lung away. Tai Lung is finding it really difficult to beat this soccer ball. He's just fighting way too unorthodox. Imagine you trying to guard somebody who dribbles like this. Tai Lung kicks Po, and as he's up there blocking the sun, jumps up and kicks Po in the chin. And the phrase of the day is reversal of fortune. Example, Vegeta going from the Prince of all Saiyans to the Prince of a handful of Saiyans. This is what Po experiences here, because the stairs were his #1 op at first, but now they work to his advantage. Tigress is watching the fight and she wants to help out, but the rest of the squad is shook up from how Tai Lung did them earlier.
Look, we bombed some niggas, now we going to war. What do you mean we? Nintendo no, we? No, nigga, we as in us.
Po literally, no exaggeration, makes Tai Lung eat his ass, and then goes tumbling, stumbling, and rolling. I thought he might never stop, eventually crashing into a pot of noodles. When food's involved, Po's IQ could rival Light Yagami and Lelouch, using the noodles to pull the scroll away from Tai Lung, as it just doinks off his head. And I mean, they couldn't make him too smart now, that'd be out of character. Would you have Hannah Baker promoting self-love? Tai Lung goes for the scroll, but Po uses his momentum against him, launching himself up in the air, landing on some bamboo, using them as stilts. Barry Tai Allen arrives in like 0.5 seconds and starts moving like that one character from Lord of the Rings, the one that looks like Doja Cat, feeding for the scroll but gets beamed in the face with a pan. Po starts messing around, making him play guessing games with the scroll underneath somewhere. Every time I see this game, I always think of that one episode of the Avatar. Bro saw that Toph was blind and thought this was an easy lick. Tai Lung kicks away all the pans to then start getting mixed up by the bamboo and just says, man, screw this. Parting them like the Red Sea, going for it, but then gets crushed in the process. Po is really cooking right now. Imagine how fast this fight could have been over if the Fierce 5 pulled up to help out. Go get back for your master.
It's your time. Go out there and fight one of them niggas. Put hands on one of them niggas.
The scroll gets away, Tai Lung kicks Po off of him, but he uses the fireworks to help himself catch up. I mean, what else was he gonna do, run? Tai Lung gets done like a Bikini Bottom resident as Po grabs the scroll, but goes flying into a wall, face first. And this is some shit that you really just can't make up. The scroll is really high, right? So Po imagines that it's a cookie. And that right there gives him the abilities to start climbing up like he's goddamn Spider-Man. While he's doing his best Peter Parker impression, Tai Lung is sprinting up, kicking the wall, making the entire building collapse. As the scenery is getting turned into an Avengers post-fight setting, the scroll goes flying away. And while it's getting away, Po is accidentally beaming Tai Lung in the face with ceiling tiles. Tai Lung is getting cooked in this race to the scroll. If Po is imagining that it's some good eats, then Tai Lung gotta be seeing Taco Bell. Po grabs the scroll, happy as hell, but behind him, Tai Lung is hitting a spinning kick, bopping him in the head, then hits the Superman pose and causes a whole earthquake through the town. The smoke takes a while to clear, but when it does, we see Po, and there's no imagination of a bacon cheeseburger with a chocolate shake that could save him from this situation. I can't believe it. I finally have it. The Dragon Scroll is mine. Bro was really disappointed to find out that this entire time the Dragon Scroll was just a goddamn mirror. What? Yeah, bro. That's all it is. Just a mirror. And yes, you really are that chopped, my nigga. Tai Lung is not trying to hear any of this corny stuff. Po may be eating this up, cheesing into the scroll, oh skippity-doo happy ass Nick. But Tai Lung's fed up, so he hits Po right in his titty, but gets tight when he peeps that bro is just laughing it off. This is literally the same move that had the entire Furious 5 on the ground glitching. Bro was so confused he checked his hand to see if there was something wrong with it. He keeps trying to hit Po, but it's not working. He's just laughing like he's watching anything but Matt Rife stand-up.
Lorna. Not even a real name. What's your last name? The Rings? What the fuck is that smell?
Tai Lung hits Po with both hands, which Po uses to his advantage, hitting Tai Lung back, sending him flying. And that gave Po all the confidence he needed. Bro started moving like Captain America with these hands. Tai Lung literally just cannot hang with him. You not fighting Tigress no more, lil bro. Po is blocking everything, making it look easy. And I knew it got really bad when Po, in literally slow motion, just walks up to Tai Lung and smacks the shit out of him. Catches his leg in mid-air, slamming him. And I know all of you have hooped with big dudes before at one point. They all move the same. They will tackle you at some point like this is football for no reason. And Po abides by this philosophy, using his big frame, tossing this man around, ragdolling him. Po then uses his tail against him, blocking his own kick, blocking his own punch. And if that wasn't enough self-inflicted pain, Tai Lung goes in for a bite, to which Po blocks using his tail, making him bite himself. And then Po starts throwing that shit back. Hey, hey. Hitting Tai Lung with a booty bump, sending him crashing through somebody's home. Tai Lung did not escape prison, beat down the Furious 5, send that nigga Oogway running, and retire Master Shifu to lose to a Hall of Fame plate cleaner. So he goes back in, but Po clenches his cheeks, pushes his hips back, using his signature move, belly bumping Tai Lung all the way up to heaven, where he will inevitably be kicked out of. Tai Lung starts falling back down and Po hits the cha-cha slide. Tai Lung fell through so far he gave the Earth's core a high five and left behind some Tom and Jerry ass shit with this Tai Lung shaped hole in the ground. Tai Lung climbs out, but he's a stumbling idiot. Look at Po's face. He can't even take him serious. His brain is clearly smooth. He can't process any thoughts right now. He goes for a punch, to which Po grabs his finger. Listen, bro, I already cooked you up already. You're a mess. Your whiskers are crooked. You can't speak right, and you smell like my pet turtle's tank. I think you're decomposing. Give it up already. Po then ups it on Tai Lung, busting out the whooshy finger. And Tai Lung already knows what's coming. Chill, bro. I didn't even mean it for real. The scale doesn't say nah when you step on it. It's quiet for all that, lil bro. And this gotta be the worst way to go out, because not only did Tai Lung get cooked, but everybody knew about it because Po hit that skadoosh. And the entire village felt it like, yeah, somebody just caught a body. So it starts off with Kratos trying to go to sleep, and we know he's probably dreaming about murdering some people because his ass is disturbed. He's woken up by this loud ass bang, and it's obvious to me that at this point Kratos has still not made it out the trenches yet. But he's used to this, so you already know he got that thing on him at all times and pulls up to the door. He has never ducked a fade once in his life. Opens the door, and why is bro posing outside like that? I know his ass swear he's so cold. That shit definitely going on the gram. So Kratos like, who are you? And all he does is just show off Mjolnir. I guess that was to be the cue to show off like, ooh, I'm Thor. But Kratos is looking at him still just like, who? Thor asks to come in, offering them some alcohol, and Kratos is just like, nah, I'm straight, gang. And I feel him. Some random big nigga just shows up to your front doorstep offering you some random substance to drink and you just supposed to take it? He carrying some of Bill Cosby's secret stuff for sure. I'm good. Kratos then starts whispering to Atreus, make sure you put our good chairs away. This big nigga finna break them. And decides to invite Thor into the house. As he's walking in, him and Kratos are staring off at each other, and Jesus Christ, bro, this motherfucker is tall as hell. Bro is out here playing with the wrong thunder. OKC needs a new center right now. Thor then walks inside and a crow follows him in. And right then and there, everybody should have known something was up. Crows only appear when some evil shit is about to happen. Now he's inside, dick sucking, telling him how nice the crib is, all that. Got his whole belly and titties out and everything, man. Put that shit away. There's kids here. Kratos closes the door and then him and Thor decide to sit down at the table and have a drink. And as we can see here, it's been 3 years since we last saw Atreus, and it's clear that his barber is still playing pranks on him to this day. Y'all got Lil Nigga out here rocking this straight hole repellent cut. They begin to sit there and chat for a little bit, and then they hear a knock at the door. Atreus is Alfred to Kratos' Batman, so he goes to get the door, and hold up, my son Atreus got a neck tat? These middle schoolers out here going crazy. I just know he be posing like these. Bro, we see it, I promise. He opens up the door and some Ernie Johnson looking ass nigga is just standing there with one eye. Atreus is confused, looking like,
Yo, what's pop? Yo, who the fuck is this nigga?
And where the hell he got that ice from? God damn, them bitches is dancing. He starts sucking in crows into his body, and nobody in this universe can ever just make a regular entrance, huh? Whatever happened to dudes just walking in and telling everybody, yo, what's up, and dapping up? So this is Odin, who is Thor's father, and he instantly walks in asking, do y'all know who I am? Invites himself to the table, takes their drink and starts drinking it. Starts walking around like he owns the place, and I can't stand a dude with no manners coming in my house kicking your feet up. Boy, I oughta. Kratos starts asking Odin like, yo, what do you want from me? Yeah, what do you need? And Odin responds by saying,
how about peace? Yeah.
And then Odin starts babbling for the next 5 minutes trying to offer Kratos a deal. Says he'll ignore the fact that Kratos killed his grandsons and Thor's sons. Says he'll ignore the fact that Kratos killed Baldur, who was Odin's tracker. Says he'll let Kratos keep the prisoner he stole from Odin, who is Mimir. He even tells Kratos he'll take care of his ops for him, which is Freya. And all Kratos has to do is stop his search for the Norse god of war, who is Tyr. Ooh-wee! This deal sounds sweet as hell. Ain't no way Kratos turned this shit down. No. Kratos gives the most Kratos answer of all time, and because not a single nigga in this universe knows how to be civil, this means one thing. Now they have to box. Odin tells Thor to take care of it, and Thor gets up looking in the other direction, hitting that no look, light skin off guard shit, calling in Mjolnir and chin checking the shit out of Kratos, sending him mad far away. Starts telling Kratos about how he not from here and they do stuff different around these parts. Shit kinda feel racist, but it's whatever. Kratos isn't scared anyways. He like, today I got time, cuz. Starts pounding the absolute hell out of Thor's face, but he's just eating those hoes until they crash land. When Kratos grabs him by the hair, taking fighting tactics from the shorties, banging Thor's head into the wall and then getting one last lick off with the left. They both fall onto the ground, Thor and his round self bouncing off the pavement like a basketball. Both get up and start running the ISO. Which is what they do. They start fighting for a while until Kratos has Thor hitting that will you marry me. Puts together a nice ass combo and goes to hit him with the shield. Him and Kratos start fighting over it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Kratos, you my boy, but you not getting that shield back from him. His ass is convinced that that is a plate. He is not letting go anytime soon. Kratos pins Thor against the wall and puts his hand in the air, starts waving it side to side. I don't know what's gotten into Kratos. Now is not the time to start hitting the nene, bro. He's trying to call his axe towards him, but it is just taking mad long to pull up. Just out here embarrassing, bro. This must be how Tony felt when he was gassing up Bruce Banner in front of the aliens. Just for this dude to be the unincredible Hulk in front of the ops, had Squidward straight clowning niggas. The axe then finally comes in at the very last minute like Goku. Dog pulled up to Namek talking about some I'm here to save the day. Nigga, who's left to save? Kratos catches it and slashes Thor in the belly, forcing him to start moonwalking backwards in pain. They begin to box for a little bit more until Kratos uppercuts him in the face with the axe, gets clocked in the stomach and starts flying up, eventually crashing his back into a statue. That hammer is strong as shit. I mean, we seen how it had Captain America going outside in front of the hose. Kratos ducks out the way, gets hit with a mean right, and then is able to duck out the way again of the hammer, returning with a slash to Thor's belly. This is the second time Kratos has sliced open Thor's belly. He's giving this motherfucker liposuction. This shit right here is the male BBL. Why is niggas getting surgery for abs? Motherfucker, if you don't do some push-ups. He goes to try to throw Thor off the axe, but Thor got like 10 inches of belly. It's stuck in there. As they go flying down until Thor grabs bro by the head like a basketball, slamming him face first into a sheet of ice. He's giving Kratos that Miguel O'Hara to Miles Morales treatment right now. Bro heard there was a black Spider-Man and said, oh nah, we gotta clear house. Thor gets up and starts talking to the statue, turning his back to Kratos, absolutely disrespectful, not taking him serious. Kratos a jealous girlfriend, not getting enough attention. You always on that damn game instead of spending time with me.
I woke up Chris Breezy.
Picks up a big ass rock and hits him in the back with it. They start throwing hands again for a while until Thor picks up Kratos and slams him headfirst into the ground. Picks him back up and tosses him away like an irrelevant side character, treating him like he TN, following it up with the hammer which Kratos is able to push out the way. This stupid ass thought it was free reigns, started charging in at Thor, but psych!
That's the wrong number!
Goes in for a kill shot, but Kratos is able to block it and they stand there playing a mean game of tug of war. While they've been doing this, the hammer has been charging up and it charges up long enough, hitting Kratos in the forehead and then smacking him across the face with the hammer, literally killing him, showing the end screen and everything.
Bullshit, that's a distraction. Rip it on any beat. That's an adaptation. I'm running out of breath. I'm bringing it back in.
Thor done zapped this man Kratos back to life to kick his ass some more. You know how crazy that is? And I already know both of Thor's sons, which Kratos rolled into a pack last game, are looking up right now at their pops like, why? Why didn't you finish the job? Haven't y'all niggas ever read The Tortoise and the Hare? But before we continue with that, a quick word from PrizePicks. Now listen up because I'm putting you guys on right now. PrizePicks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports. Valid in 30 plus states. I've been testing my skills on PrizePicks this NBA season so far, and it's added an entire new level of excitement towards daily fantasy for me. And if you have the skills, which I know a lot of you do because you watch my NBA videos, you could turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. The fact that PrizePicks has quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types is what makes it the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Just last week, I selected Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Julius Randle and was able to times my money by 10. The Knicks were playing the Clippers, and as a fellow New Yorker, my friends were looking at me like a traitor while rooting for Kawhi and PG to get buckets, but they understood. I needed to win, and I did. Go to PrizePicks and use the code BlankBoy for a first deposit match up to $100. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Kratos picks Thor up by his throat and decks him with a nasty left as Thor decides to charge in for a tackle, showing off his crazy vertical, jumping mad far in the air and spinning them around, and it's kind of romantic. Kratos looking like boy, and starts just delivering straight headshots of CTE as they start falling down, until Thor grabs Kratos by the arm, slamming him onto his back. And look at this, yo ass is not Spider-Man. Kratos whips out All Reliable, throwing his axe at Thor as Thor whips out Mjolnir, and they meet in the middle, causing a charged collision. While this is happening, they're just standing on opposite ends, roasting each other for being terrible dads. Which is a completely pointless argument. The fuck does Hisoka and Orochimaru look like beefing over who's the child predator? They both then charge in, grabbing their weapons in the process and causing a giant explosion which sends them flying in opposite directions. They eventually land, look up, and when the fuck did Groot get here? Hey, he slid for Thor in one universe, said hold up, I got one more enemy, and did it again in another universe. I always knew he was a real ass nigga. Thor hits Kratos with a right and tossing him into some ice, sponges Kratos' hits and then holds him by the back of the head. Kratos has had enough, so he whips out his axe, tossing it towards the spike behind Thor. He got that Tom Brady aim and is able to knock it down, but Thor hits him with that good job, buddy, just trying to make him feel good about himself. This is exactly how Ruby Rose linked with Neon but tagged Make-A-Wish. Thor hits that shit, cracking it into pieces, and then they get into boxing again. They do that for a while until Thor tries to go in for a hammer hit and gets blocked. He then grabs Kratos by the throat and they stay on that freak timing. It's gonna be real confusing when Kratos go home telling Atreus how his throat hurt so much after fighting Thor.
You're a victim.
Thor even goes as far as to check out this nigga's cheeks.
What's all that movement back there?
This is crazy. He trying to bust down Kratos like a rollie. Kratos is like, "Ooh, nah," and is not trying to catch that Tory Lanez treatment, so he headbutts Thor away and hits Thor with the absolute filthiest chin punch of all time. Look at Kratos' face. Even he can't believe how much power he put in that bitch. Thor got socked so hard he's walking in the wrong direction, all sorts of discombobulated. He like, "Shit, yeah, you def the God of War for sure." Tells Kratos that his debt has been paid and just dips out.
The next day.
So Kratos is posted up with Thor's daughter, planning to take her back to the crib later. And Thor is not jacking that shit, so he charges in, clocking Kratos in the chin and palming the back of his head. Kratos got himself a cranium. I just know that shit is squeaking while Thor is touching it. Kratos hits Thor with a two-piece combo, but Thor pulls in Kratos closer to let him know that he's had enough of him and his son. It's time to delete y'all from the server. I'm rooting for Kratos, of course, but I can't even blame Thor for real. Let me have a daughter in the future and let the wrong guy try to come around her. I'm gonna have you waking up to Deathstroke at the foot of your bed. Thor ends up slamming himself and Kratos into the ground hard as hell. And look at how they're both struggling to get up. Y'all getting way too old for this. I feel like I'm watching two unks going one-on-one at the barbecue. Man, I just want my burger, please. They go hit for hit, bar for a while until Thor picks up Kratos, throwing him into the wall. Weave, duck, weave, starts choking him, throwing Thor into the wall. Delivers two gut punches that got him out here sounding like he's smacking jelly. And Kratos may be older now, but what y'all youngins know about this? Until Thor is able to finally grab a punch, punching Kratos in the chest, making him ice skate backwards on some Frozone shit. Nigga was a superhero by day and in the NBA by night. Kratos throws a blade of chaos at Thor, but it backfires because Thor starts electrocuting his ass. In the previous games, Kratos has literally died and then dipped out on the table with Scar and Thanos to come back to the real world. A little lightning is nothing to him. Kratos is eating it like...
But anywho,
pulling in the blade of chaos and Mjolnir, chucking it at Thor, but completely misses. Thor pulls Kratos in, but who's gonna tell him? Kratos had another blade in his utility belt. He'd been studying Batman. You always have to have a backup. Bruce got bombs, tear gas, and brass knuckles to stop jaywalkers. Now talk. How you ain't see the red hand sign, little nigga? Stabbing Thor in the same wound as before as he charges himself up to get Kratos out of his guts. Kratos gets up and then they begin to 1v1 some more. Kratos then picks Thor up and slams him into the ground. Goes and then tries to catch Mjolnir. But Kratos, you are not that guy. Thor gets up behind Kratos, picks him up, and now slams him into the ground. Starts choking him while in the air, holding his hand away on some little brother shit. If we've learned anything from MCU Thor, all Kratos needs to do is hit up big bro Thanos to come handle this. Thanos was getting jumped because niggas was hating on the Supreme helmet and still had him laid out like a mattress. Kratos then spawns in a staff, stabbing Thor in the shoulder with it. Peeps that it works and is like, oh yeah, I'm finna spam this shit. Spawning in another one, stabbing him in the gut and pushing him off of him. And then spawns in one last one just in case. As Thor is gassed out, Kratos hits him with a disgusting elbow. And while Thor is way up there, he's getting blinded by the sun shining off Kratos' head. So he charges back down blindly, clashing his hammer into Thor's axe. And then Thor rocks him in the chin. And this is when they start clashing over and over and over again. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Eventually stabbing Thor in the gut for the 13,000th time. And at this point, I don't know how Thor is still alive. I feel like after all these gut slices, he should be on the ground bleeding out, giving his final goodbye speech at this point. Thinking about it now, Vegeta really got violated, bro. Frieza was spanking him, sticking his tail in all types of places.
That ain't my tail, bitch.
And clearly I spoke too soon, because Kratos stabs Thor in his hand, pinning him to the ground like he using a thumbtack. Kratos then begins to kneel over him and Thor is wondering, what are you waiting on? Finish the job. They begin to chat for a while, realizing, you know what? You actually kinda chill for real, agreeing to leave in peace. But Odin pulls up and he's like, man, did I just get you making friends, nigga? Stabbing his own son Thor between the titties in front of Thor's daughter, making him disappear. Rest in peace, Thor, man. Now we know what you was doing instead of pulling up for Civil War.
Oh, nah. This right here is proof that the Furious 5 are getting straight to bully. So it starts when Pope falls out of the sky, and Oogway with his old ass points at him and declares him the Dragon Warrior. And you gotta understand that this is ludicrous. Bro's eyes were closed. He knew damn well that he was about to point in any random direction and hope for the best. Closed his eyes and hoped that Shifu wasn't looking, so that he had an excuse for when he accidentally pointed at a brick wall and declared the Dragon Warrior. We really letting an old man with a walking stick decide the future of a nation? The irony of that statement is actually kind of crazy. But you gotta feel for Shifu. I'm surprised he didn't hand in his resignation and tell that old senile turtle to point at a tree next, because I even saw a pig in the background that was in better shape than Po. Shifu spent pretty much all his life trying to master Kung Fu, to then spend decades training the Furious 5 just for the 5th Ninja Turtle to point at a panda that wasn't even in the lineup. If I was Shifu, I would have gave Oogway a little push, and he would have been pointing at Tigress or even Crane. And Crane gets done the worst in these movies.
This nigga is trash.
But Po? Man, this is a nigga that was struggling to get up some stairs. Bro didn't even know he was adopted and his dad is a literal goose. And then Oogway had the audacity to be like,
The universe has brought us the Dragon Warrior.
Nah, bro, I'm pretty sure that was you. Bro's an elite gaslighter, trying to blame it on everything and everyone except himself, acting as if the universe tickled his ear and told him to close his eyes and pick Jack Black in a panda suit. Yeah, I'm supposed to believe that? You got a better chance trying to convince me that Master Splinter ain't your dad. If the universe could drop stuff at our feet, I would have a bottle of oil and Ruby Rose shaking ass, but instead I'm over here making a YouTube video talking about Kung Fu Panda. And the craziest part is that no matter what or how much you disagree with his decision, you can't do anything about it. You're gonna go up to him and ask him why he chose a panda, and he's gonna be talking nothing but straight IG captions. Ah, little nigga, there is no choices in life, only
always balanced what their value is correctly to what they offer to the organization. From a player perspective, of course, they're always going to want the best salary. That's obvious. But I think also players have to think about what they're actually doing for that salary, because just playing Rocket League is not going to be enough.
Now fast forward to 2024, where some orgs are saying that their ability to make those salaries back hasn't improved very much, and some are even saying that over the past year, it's gotten worse. It's a stark contrast from 2022, when the World Championship success stoked interest in the game, and the esports possible inclusion in Tier 1 seemed imminent. So one part of this puzzle is the revenue sharing on shop items. Resolve COO Jeff Simpkins posted a thread back in August about the disparity in sales from shop items with revenue sharing, and it's grim. This is one of the primary ways orgs can make money through the game itself, by designing and then selling in-game branded esports items, where a portion of the revenue is shared with the org. Simpkins pointed to fewer items per team, reduced season length, and difficulties translating submitted designs faithfully to the game as factors that affect all teams.
The design that we submitted was not what ended up on the car. The colors were completely different. The design was wrong in certain places. Yeah, it just wasn't good. Our car in game, in the politest possible way, like it just doesn't. It's just not. That isn't what we created, and it doesn't do justice to to Aspect, who created it.
He also noted that his own team's performance in Split 1 and the designs themselves were likely also part of the puzzle in their specific case. I should also add that these esports items are not mandatory for pro players representing their teams in official games, which could potentially limit their appeal to fans. Team skins have long been a thing in the Activision Blizzard world, for example, and are forced on for teams competing in the Call of Duty League or formerly in the Overwatch League. Players may be hesitant to switch up their setup in Rocket League, which makes total sense, but I wonder if we couldn't just try to cosmetically change the things for the broadcast so that they can drive interest in these items. And the general value and attractiveness of Rocket League items was also impacted when, in late 2023, the ability to trade them was completely removed from the game. But it's also way deeper than that. Simpkins posted that nearly half of his team's RLCS expenditure was on, you guessed it, salaries. That brings us to the next point. Some orgs are starting to speak publicly about the fact that making the numbers work in Tier 1 Rocket League is difficult, if not impossible.
The last couple of seasons, decisions have been made that progressively have made it much harder for esports orgs in Rocket League, in Rocket League esports. and I think it's just kind of coming to a head.
Names like TSM and OG seem to have a very uncertain future in the game, whereas BDS and G2 are struggling, but seem to want to continue to support Rocket League esports. So who has already left? Well, just recently, it's starting to look like more of a bloodbath. On October 2nd, OG announced that they would depart Rocket League. This was NA's 4th ranked team heading into the World Championship. And sure, it's not like they won it all, but any functional league needs to help teams at all ranks survive. A few days after that, Achilles XF of Shift reported that BDS, the team that won the World Championship this year, would not field the team to start the 2025 season, although they hope to be back soon. BDS responded less than a week later, with confirmation that they had to review their position and investment in Rocket League esports. The same day, Alex Gonzalez of Luminosity Gaming, which left Rocket League esports back in June, chimed in. He noted that the troubles now facing the scene required more than just revenue sharing tweaks, and were far more baked into the system. And it got even worse. G2's CEO confirmed that rumors about the org's potential non-participation were true, and that the support they get covers about 20% of the cost of running a tier 1 org. Now, they did say they would continue to search for a partner for the team. More on that in a moment. But let's be real, G2 are an institution in Rocket League. They've had a team since 2016, won numerous splits, and made 2nd place at the World Championships a couple times too. They are the kind of team that Psyonix should desperately want to retain, and their departure from Rocket League would be a massive moment for the esport, and also likely an indictment of the way this whole thing is being handled. Another name that's cropped up is Team Solo Mid. While they didn't outright say that they were out, they noted that they can't commit until we have a better understanding of the 2025 esports and monetization structure. Finally, back in September, Gen.G's CEO noted that while they are staying in Rocket League, they are looking at all their options. Then, after G2's statement, he commended them for their openness in speaking about the difficulties teams are facing, while reiterating that these teams are still here because they believe so strongly in Rocket League. There's one more take that I think is pretty interesting that I want to mention, but it's not from this year. Team Liquid actually left Rocket League at the end of 2023, but at that time, they posted an in-depth article explaining their viewpoint and how they viewed Rocket League esports as an overall structure. Let's be clear first, this isn't an angry org that's cruelly sniping at a scene that they've left behind. Their post says that they want to return, and if you actually read the whole thing and look at all the work they put into it, I really do believe them. They first concede that they might have stayed if they could have signed a stronger roster, but then argue that this dynamic is part of the problem. The esport, to their telling, is win or bust, and there isn't enough sponsorship revenue to let an org hang around and try to build something. On top of that, further changes to the competitive format this year, changes which Liquid obviously wasn't around to experience, may have also impacted org stability. So what can we do? What solutions are available to us if, as has already been mentioned, a slight tweak to revenue sharing will not be enough to reverse this thing?
But like, I do feel bad for the orgs. I feel bad for the orgs because it makes me feel bad for the players. Because if the orgs don't want to be in, then the players just get f***ed. Because if the orgs don't want to be here, the players won't get paid. And then the players can't sustain this, and then the players can't play.
Well, they could try to expand the ways that orgs make money. Recall that back in 2019, Epic Games bought Psyonix. Fortnite uses creator codes, they were eventually added to Rocket League, but there's currently no option to use them to support orgs themselves. They could also try to provide more baseline support from the developer to all the orgs. After all, as we just mentioned, Epic Games owns Psyonix. Again though, amounts here are key, and everything we've seen from orgs speaking out publicly about these things seems to suggest that, you know, ticking it up a couple of percentage points isn't going to instantly solve this problem.
All the orgs that I've spoken to, even if they've got a team this season, some organizations that I've spoken to have basically said they're either not coming back for this season or this might be their last season. So even some of the teams that have got some of the orgs that have got teams now are saying that this might be their last season. So I think it's obviously not in a good place for orgs, for sustainability, and definitely for profitability. You know, unless something changes, that's not going to get any better for teams, and in turn it will get worse for players as well, because There's going to be a lot less orgs this coming season, I would suggest, and you know, players just aren't going to be able to make a living off Rocket League as it stands.
Unfortunately, it seems as though next season will restrict rather than expand the ways orgs can make money. Many teams have big sponsors who want their name on the team's esports decal, but according to reporting from Achilles, that won't be allowed in 2025. This will make attracting those sponsors even harder, which is a direct hit to orgs. And maybe there need to be some structural changes even beyond that. In his video, Lawler pointed out that the combination of player ownership of the slot plus constant roster churn makes it difficult for orgs to get invested.
It's like you want to be invested in this, but they don't have the control to justify being invested. And because of that, rosters change at the flip of a hat. It's very tough for organizations to really invest long-term and build these narratives and these storylines when every 3 months it's changing. And then 6 months after, it's a completely different team. Like, how do I, as a fan, invest in a team and or an organization when the team and the organization is different every single split, every single year?
Listen, the ownership of the slot gives players a lot of control over their situation, and generally, I'm in favor of that because they make the esport possible, and I honestly don't care about the exact ROI that some celebrity investor gets on a Rocket League team. But there's got to be some stability if you want to keep investors happy. Now let's talk about the league format itself, and honestly, it's not perfect either. In 2024, there's essentially over 3 months of off-season break at the end of the year. It's a lot. There are some smaller events planned before 2025, but some of these aren't events a pro team would attend, which means it's not necessarily improving how an investment in the esport looks for an org. They're probably still good for fans, and maybe for the ecosystem as a whole, but at the very least, orgs have much more limited opportunities during the break.
It's just so long. If you don't make majors and you don't make worlds, the off season is just ridiculously long. It's not even that it's just a 3-month off season. For some teams, it's horrifically long. You know, those players that were with us haven't been paid now. You know, because for organisations like ourselves, we aren't big enough to be able to support players all through that really long off season, especially with so few events.
Now, this past year was the first year of Blast running the RLCS, and it looks like there are even more changes to come next year. When they were announced in September, I think they were generally seen as positive by many people. These include a somewhat bigger prize pool for 2025 to the tune of $5 million, and also the addition of a 1v1 circuit, which, while it's likely to be fairly small, could still be pretty fun. And it expands the World Championship to 20 teams while making sure that the top 8 teams at majors don't have to constantly play open stages. That makes total sense to me. There could be more things unannounced, and who knows exactly how the 2025 off season will be handled. But again, while these are interesting and exciting for fans, it's not clear to me that any of these things are really changing the temperature for orgs looking to invest.
G2 were already saying that. Team Liquid already left. Gen G are talking about it, you know, whether they come back next season or not. And, you know, I spoke to numerous orgs in private that are debating not coming back. So I don't know what the wake-up call is. Maybe we really have to hit rock bottom. You know, viewership has to tank. The big orgs have to pull out for them to finally go, oh, this is not good.
When recently contacted by Esports Insider about sustainability, Psyonix pointed to the announced changes and to potential future announcements. But it seems like some orgs like T1 have potentially already seen those changes, and it wasn't encouraging enough. To me, that's not surprising because it seems like there's still a conversation that needs to happen between the developers and the orgs about what exactly could change here to make this more attractive. Epic Games has the ingredients that Rocket League esports needs to succeed. They've got a compelling game, passionate fans, and orgs that really believe in this competitive scene beyond just trying to get some quick payday. But they also have serious problems, most notably the inability of many orgs outside the top tier teams to make this into a functional business. And if that isn't resolved, it won't just be orgs that suffer, fans will too. Really, the question will be whether or not they can agree on how to make this thing work going forward. And if they can't, well, it won't be the first time that a massive company with tons of cash and reach failed to understand and execute on their own game's esport.
The fuck is cat?
It's not a good song.
What? We'll put something else on.
Yeah, I got something here.
He put Stahl. That's not Stahl.
No, it's Cat. I got it from a dungeon.
The fuck is Cat? Minecraft came out for the Xbox 360 on May 9th, 2012. Coincidentally, that was when 5th grade Spencer figured out, oh my god, Minecraft is the best game of all time. Remember Legos? Yeah, I had way more than you. Way more than you. It's the only thing I would ever buy. So naturally, a game where you could build whatever you wanted was right up my alley. And yeah, was Minecraft 360 different than the Java version and whatnot? Yeah, but I didn't give a shit. Just being able to build whatever you wanted, it was so fantastic that there wasn't that much to do, but what you could do, the game nailed. And they nailed it over and over again, regardless of how many updates they actually added. Unlike a few other people that have talked about early legacy console editions of Minecraft, I played on 15 different worlds, and all over again I would create, delete worlds, basically depending on how I was